Welcome to the podcast where we track down Australian war veterans, have a chat with them, and hear their stories. I'm Alex Lloyd, and this is Life on the Line.
The single greatest sacrifice I've made is my family.
There were a couple of public beheadings.
In order to kill them, you've got to be a little bit angry. Not psychotic, but just angry.
We could look down Frankfurt and see it on fire.
Stuff blowing up everywhere.
There will be no surrender.
And then they had to fight an enemy in amongst women and children in those buildings.
I could never not go back. They were my friends and they felt like family.
She did say, "You've changed."
A soldier put everything on the line to help one of our blokes.
Ted Carter was a World War II veteran of Tobruk, El Alamein and New Guinea. Angus Horden interviewed Ted in April 2011, with me behind the camera, for the documentary miniseries For School and Country. Today we have a few clips from that interview. The first is Ted recounting some of the day-to-day life while defending Tobruk.
Ammunition, well, you got what you can. That wasn't too bad. Hygiene, at times, was extremely difficult. I mean, you just imagine yourself living in a sec trench and you want to go to the toilet. You can't get out, you can't put your head up, you can't do this and that. I'll leave the answers to that to you. Sometimes a jam tin come in very handy.
What was it like bathing and getting enough water to drink each day?
Well, you didn't. Your drinking allowance was 1 water bottle per man per day. That was what we had for our own stuff, and that included cleaning your teeth, drinking, doing whatever you had to. Our ablutions, other than that, was when every now and again we might get a trip to the coast and go for a swim and do everything down by the ocean. But apart from that, you didn't get. I mean, the water was very, very slim, and that was our ration. Actually, the garrison ration was 1 gallon per man per day. We got 1 water bottle, which you know the size of one of those water bottles. The rest of it all went to the kitchen.
Ted survived Rommel at Tobruk and El Alamein, and then found himself fighting the Japanese in New Guinea.
From a point of view of looking at the Japanese, it was hair-raising because when you're doing anything in that forward area, you never knew what was around the next tree. You had to be so careful. You were you weren't too certain as to whether there was somebody there to shoot at you or just exactly what, or whether there was any booby traps across the trap. You had to be very careful. You're always sort of watching for those sort of things. But of course, at that stage too, the Jap had pushed through and pushed past us and gone through our battalion headquarters, which our CO was then over which he was sacked and sent back to Australia. And then, of course, we had a very different situation after that. That created another thing. But by that stage too, also having done Tobruk, El Alamein, and some of that all in forward areas. Tobruk were doing patrol work, some of it behind the German lines. El Alamein being in the forward areas and things like that, under shell fire all the time. And then getting there, I suddenly found that I was losing control of my nerves. You couldn't control it, or I couldn't, and things like that. So at that stage then the battalion came back to Atherton Tablelands, and I was transferred down to Canungra as an instructor. Whereas to be an instructor in Canungra, you had to have had at least 2 campaigns under your campaign, and was all made up for people from 6, 7 and 9 Div who'd done all those campaigns.
We also asked Ted to share with us some memories of the lighter side of war.
You could say I met some very nice girls.
Whereabouts, where did you meet them?
Through different areas.
Okay.
That's on the lighter side of life.
Sure.
Well, I mean, I know in Palestine at one stage we had a very, very good Christmas night with some of the nurses and the Palestinian police boys, who were very big boys. We had a lot of fun. I won't say what happened to the furniture in the mess, but still, that's another matter. I can see.
War's had its lighter moments there.
Yeah.
Huh?
The war had its lighter moments there.
That's right. Well, you've got to have them somewhere in life, haven't you?
Of course.
And this was Ted's answer when we asked how the war affected him in the years that followed.
It didn't affect me greatly because a lot of that sort of stuff you learn to put behind you and forget about. You had to. If you let that get on the top of you, no, you were done. You'd be done like a dinner. You just didn't. You put that behind you.
Ted would later write to us about the difficulties he faced after the war. He was likely an undiagnosed case of post-traumatic stress. For School and Country was released in May 2015. Ted was too unwell to make the premiere. He passed away the next month on June 15. Find out more about Ted at forschoolandcountry.com. You can also get in touch by emailing podcast@lifeonthelinepodcast.com. Life on the Line is brought to you by Thistle Productions. Artwork by Big Cat Design, music by Dan Van Werkhoven. Thanks for listening, and lest we forget.